Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a how to blend, my personal tips and tricks on blending, how I blend, personal preference completely. But yeah, that is what we're doing today, and I'm doing this very colorful look because to me, colorful looks show the blending a little bit more. I don't know how to describe it. You just see the colors mesh well together. And I had this look in mind anyway because I'm doing it for a little challenge, which I'll explain later on in the video. I hope you guys like this video and you learned something. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this video and let's just get started. Okay, so I already have down the rest of my makeup because it's the same routine, so I'm just going to skip through it. And if you are new and you're curious about my face and eyebrow routine, then just go ahead and watch a previous video. So I'm going to be doing a look for makeup for women of color summer challenge sort of thing. They basically have a different sort of challenge throughout the month of July. Or I don't know if it continues through like August, but they're doing like a summer challenge, and this week's is tropical summer, something like that. So I'm going to be doing a really colorful look, and I'm going to be giving you like my techniques on blending. This is a video on how I personally blend. Makeup is personal preference all the way around, you know, like everybody has different techniques and different styles because everybody's face and like everything is different. So just side note that. But yeah, that is what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be doing a super colorful look, so I brought out the big guns. You already know. I went ahead and zoomed you guys in so you could see how I blend and all of my techniques and stuff while I'm explaining it. Starting off with this yellow shade. And I start off with this yellow because it really makes whatever color you put down extremely vibrant. So I'm going to be using that as my transition shade. And I'm taking this fluffy brush from Anastasia. This is my favorite blending brush. It basically like blends for itself. You want to make sure that your brush is very soft, the bristles are very soft and easily movable. And my personal preference on blending is windshield wiper motions. As soon as I put the first crease color down, it is going to be windshield wiper motions. Sorry if that was out of focus a little bit. And my favorite type of eye look is that gradient effect, and you'll see what I'm talking about while we get there. So I'm just going to build that shadow up a little bit to my liking. So we really want this transition color to still pop out. And make sure the edges are extremely well blended because that is most likely the only part of this yellow shadow that we will see. My second favorite blending brush would be this Morphe M441 brush. Next I'm going to be taking this blue shade right here. You want to make sure to tap off the excess from the shadow because if you go in with too much at one time, it's going to be extremely difficult to blend. So you want to go in with a little bit at a time, blend that out, and then add it on so it blends seamlessly and you don't have a hard time. And then I'm just going to put that a little bit lower onto the crease. This is going to look a little green. But it's okay. When I think tropical, I think like trees and super blue ocean, so we'll see. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going with this yet, but we're gonna go somewhere. So yeah, for this shadow also especially, I'm going to take it on windshield wiper motions because we don't want to overpower the yellow shade right here at the top. We still want that to pop out. And then we're going to go back in with that Anastasia blending brush and blend that out. Just making sure there's no harsh edges. And this is what I meant by gradient effect, to where you could see like the yellow and then it gets an in between the two colors and then that more dominant color. Right now it's green. I'm hoping it's going to change to blue sometime soon. Since this is kind of like a greenish color, I'm going to take a different blending brush. I'm going to be taking the Morphe M433 brush. This is my favorite crease blending brush. This gets right in the crease and it just blends it out. So I'm going to take that blue shadow in hopes to make this blue shadow more dominant right on that crease part so we give it that gradient effect that we want. Again, doing windshield wiper motions, getting it really tight into the crease. And here we're going to take the brush and do circular motions, because this will help blend it in the crease so much better. And then going back in with that Anastasia blending brush to blend out those edges. A good blending tip also is putting the blending brush right here where this blue shadow is, and then slowly going upward, and your hand is going to get lighter as you go up, and that's really going to help that gradient effect. And I'm just going to repeat those steps until I'm satisfied. And it's okay if you're messy with this color and you get it onto your lid, because I'm going to cut the crease. And what I feel really helps make the eyeshadow look really pigmented and really well blended and very extra, like my color, for my colorful looks especially, is making sure to add a lot of eyeshadow. Like, it can still be well blended, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to look like super amazing. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I used to do my eyeshadow like that. Like, everything was well blended, but I didn't put enough shadow, so when I took pictures it looked really dramatic and really out there. So that is just a little tip also. So that's why I keep adding shadow on and then blending it out. I kind of blend it out to where you can't see that yellow shadow and it just looks green, but I really like that. It gave it that gradient effect really nicely. But I'm still going to add that yellow shadow around here to make sure that it's fully blended. And this is where we're at right now. Okay, I'm going to be taking this flat brush to cut my crease with my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. And of course it's going to be a half cut crease because those are my fave. Then taking this flat brush, I'm going to be taking a white shadow. And it did get a little messy up here, so I'm going to clean that up. Taking this small smudger brush, I'm going to clean up that concealer. On this flat e.l.f. brush, I'm going to take that same yellow shadow. I'm going to put that on the innermost part of my eyelid. And this is going to be focused on the inner part of our eyelid, but we want it to be really blended together, so we're going to flick it out a little bit towards the middle. And then with this packing brush, I'm going to take this orange shadow. First, taking a very light layer to make sure those colors are well blended. Take a little bit over that yellow shadow to blend it out more. And then continuing with that whole blending process, I'm going to move on to the lower lash line. I'm going to go ahead and take that yellow shade first. And then taking that blue eyeshadow with a slightly smaller brush, a little bit tighter to the lash line. Of course, we're going to want to make it look like that green we have above the blue in our crease. And then taking an even smaller little smudger brush, we're going back in with that blue and taking it closest to the lower lash line. So this is what the eyes look like. Now I'm just going to take some eyeliner and put that really, really tight to the eye, because we're working with really bright shadow, so it's going to give a smaller eye effect. So when I put on lashes, I want to make sure to have this under it so it looks really bold and brightens up my eyes. So can you see the difference between the eyes? This one looks a lot bigger. And I'm going to be taking this lipstick in Naturally Chic by Milani. And of course it would not be a summer look without lip gloss, so I went ahead and applied that on top of that. And to finish off with some highlight, I'm going to be taking some Champagne Pop. And for today's look, I'm bringing out the big gun. I'm going to bring out my Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder in the shade Illuminati. When I took this out, I was like, do I really want to go there today? And I was like, hell yeah, I do. I'm just out here glowing. And of course the final step, just setting that all in with my Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. And that is all for today's video, you guys. Thank you for watching. I really hope you guys learned a few tips and tricks on how to blend, or you learned a new technique, or if this is your first time and you're barely learning how to blend, I hope this taught you a little bit something. But yeah, I really hope you liked the look. I really like this. I'm going to go post it on Twitter. Hashtag Makeup for Women of Color Summer Challenge. You guys, I'll put their Twitter down below, like they're at, in the description box, so you guys can go check them out. And if you want to put in your own looks also, you can do that. They're not a makeup brand or anything. They're just a Twitter account, and they focus on women of color that do makeup, because women of color or men of color or people of color in general don't get as much recognition as white people. Obviously, everybody knows that though. So there's these certain like makeup accounts for makeup for women of color, makeup for men of color, and they basically just spread the word about artists that are of color. So yeah, you guys should go check them out. But yeah, before I keep rambling on, I really hope you guys liked this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up for me so I'll know. Like, subscribe. I just said like already, but yeah, subscribe if you're not already. Turn on my notifications. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.